Okay.
All right, so
we'll work on the transitions.
Something else did not get you stuck.
Anyway, it's, as you know, well, you don't know, we're filming this on Valentine's Day. So happy Valentine's Day to you. And we got a wonderful gift for the internet. The Snyder Cut trailer finally dropped.
Yeah.
Is your life changed? Is your life changed?
I am so, oh my God, my aspect on how a film should actually be, and what Joss Whedon did and how he just completely ruined the franchise with this film. He killed it.
Yeah, he couldn't even make the movie without shitting on the black guy.
Yeah.
Right?
But yeah, so
hey, some more stuff came out. So it's not just people.
It's always going to be coming out.
Yeah.
Man.
So
stop working with him.
So we all know that I'm sure we've all watched it. So I want to open the floor. What do you guys think? Has this changed what you believe movies could be if gone back to? Was it everything you wanted in movies?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna save my comment for last.
Oh, okay. So wait. No.
I'll be happy to jump on this. So, honestly, the trailer wasn't awful. It wasn't awful, but we shouldn't have to get DLC for movies.
No.
This shouldn't even be happening, and it's so weird. It's fucking weird. Did it change my opinion on anything? Fuck no. Because I saw the original product. There's nothing really that they can change to get the same point across and make it feel good.
But
without changing the entire film itself. This is not being the movie at all.
But Jared Leto. But Darkseid.
Oh yeah. Did you love that line with "We live in a society"? He actually said it.
Oh my.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's still going to suffer from the exact same problem that Justice League had to begin with. All these characters in there with no introduction to who they are.
No.
It's still the same issue.
No, we're past that. We know who they are, okay?
If this is the way the movie was supposed to come out initially, would have had the same issue.
I think they're going back. I'm hopeful. So from what I saw in the trailer, it seems like to me they're going for a longer time period because they're going to try to redo some of the mistakes that they made. I think they're going to spend a lot of time building these characters, kind of giving you everything like a Marvel phase all in one movie. Because they fucked up. There was no build up on the first one. There was nothing for us to care about. I think they're going to attempt to do that all in one shot because they realize that you can't take these stories and do them lengthy. WandaVision has shown that. So I think what they're going to do with this movie is probably rewrite
but what has better writing?
Hey, Marvel shill. Let's move it off.
All right, my bad.
Listen,
bad.
I'm going into this hopeful, hoping that they're actually wrapping this up in a nice little package and making it presentable and saying, hey, you remember all that we did before? This is what it's going to be like from now on. Just bear with us. And this is the vision that we're moving forward with. And hopefully it works out. But, I mean, you have to take it with a grain of salt, given where it's coming from.
Did you just say vision? Another fucking Marvel shill on the podcast. Wow. I didn't know we were so one-sided here. Okay, so...
You don't see Batman up here.
Not yet. He's over there, though.
Not yet. So...
He can't move. The cape is too heavy.
So, I feel like we're living in... this is a specific time in history where we are seeing a rewriting of cinematic history right now. But I admire what Zach's doing, man. I really do. I think that if I had a project and I bombed at it, to be fair, I didn't exactly finish it myself, but I mostly made it. But if it bombed on the list and I get a second chance to do it after talking to Smoke online, woo, I make the greatest movie ever, and now I got my chance, I'd be like, oh shit, well what else I got lying around here? Let me throw that in here. Let me throw this in here. And these were always part of the plan. We're living in the timeline where this movie is not made for anybody who, like you said, we've seen the original cut. We've seen the theatrical release. We know what it is. We know what it's worth. And this isn't for people who acknowledge that fact. This is for the people who believe in their hearts that there is a version of this movie out here that's so perfect, it will just undo all the mistakes of the DCU and just make everything perfect and give us what we want. And
Breathe
we're
in the
seeing that
hope.
real time.
Breathe in the hope.
This is
Breathe in the
copium.
hope.
This is copium, brother. Like this isn't hope.
I think the people that are hoping for that are not going to be able to put up with the 4-hour time. I think the people that really hope that this movie is going to be the next fucking best thing since sliced bread are not going to be able to put up with the 4-hour thing. This is going to be a very niche amount of people that love it.
I've got people online. There are people online already comparing it to Endgame from just like the trailer.
They always
and I'll be the first to say it. Like if this works, if this is a new frontier for films, and he actually delivers on this, like Zach, I am also gonna retcon my original opinion on live air. I'm gonna go like, hey, I'm gonna make a statement about a movie in a couple of few episodes later on down the road, and then I'll just tease out my opinion coming for it, and then later on I'll actually go like, hey, actually I thought it was pretty good the whole time. I'm gonna revision my opinions live on air if this thing, because if he can do it, why can't I?
If this movie is sick, I'm buying DC merch all day, every day.
And more importantly,
socks.
Why not? If this is it, then release all the cuts. You know what I mean? Release the Ayer cut. You know, release the fucking Trek cut of Fantastic Four, and I'm including the version where he fights Miles Teller on set. All right, I want to see that shit.
Leave that in.
I believe that where he has the tent set up and he's like filming so nobody can talk to him. I want to see all of the raw footage.
I want to see the Terminator Salvation cut of Christian Bale. We heard the audio. I want to see it. You fucking
The real final fight, they get the Skynet. That's what happens. It's not Arnold.
I want you on the fucking set, you prick. Also, okay, with all that, okay, I'll put out what I believe or think. It looks like, don't get me wrong, it does look cool. Yeah. I'll admit it looks cool.
It's a good trailer.
It's a good trailer. It's cool. I don't like that 3:4 ratio. I don't know why they're doing this because I feel like it's 1080 by. Don't tell me that you didn't film this in 1080p.
Yeah.
Like you did. Why do this? And then I've heard there may be an option for black and white, or is it just black and white? I don't know because he keeps putting out mixed signals. But I just feel like this film's just going to be filled with more fluff for the fans. But I guess that's what the fans want, so give it to them.
Absolutely.
But sadly, like with this, Zack Snyder has also said, like recently, I think it was like a few days ago, that Warner Brothers is not interested in his vision for like a Justice League 2 or anything. So it's like, I mean, unless, I'm sure, don't get me wrong, if this brings in all the fans and blows up, like the money for this blows out of proportion, they're gonna have no choice but to let him continue.
Absolutely.
And honestly, they at this point, because there's no way you can compare this to Marvel. It's just DC isn't.
Chill take.
Yeah, I mean, but no, it's just unfair. Marvel had years. They stuck to a formula and they stuck to it and they had an end result. And yeah, whether you believe the end result was good or not, you can still say that it was competent.
And not to mention the impact. Like there wasn't a theater I can imagine at that time that wasn't like going up and down with the shit they had planned. All right, I'm done shilling, but I'm just saying.
Exactly. So, but since you and then comparing that to what 4 movies, 3? I mean 5 maybe
2.5.
2.5.
Arguably, 1 is good.
Yeah, arguably, and they're all not really connected. It's so uncohesive. Like you can't compare the two.
Their best film had to be done decades before the one with all of them in it.
Well, I mean, when I say arguably, it's like some people think Wonder Woman is the best.
Do.
Some people think Shazam is the best. Some people like this. Some people like the other. There isn't a congruent
There's a general consensus of.
Otherwise, everybody only has one that they like. All the other ones they pretty much throw away.
Like don't get me wrong. Like you may think because we're or me like bashing on this film or I think it's gonna be good enough because don't get me wrong, I want it to be good. I want it to be good. I love the DC universe and what they have to offer. Okay, they are the best when it comes to their animated films. They just are.
For now.
They just are, and I don't understand how that just could not translate to the films with all this budget and all these hard-hitting, fucking big-time actors with them and everything, and they still fall short when it comes to this story and understanding their characters. Some people think like that. I mean, some people believe that Superman is exactly how he is in Man of Steel. I disagree. I completely disagree. Yeah, he had cool fight scenes and there were some cool cinematic
Don't shut me
cinematography.
and steal.
Cool, but
Allow it.
do I think that's Superman that should have been on screen? No, I don't think so. But that's just me. The thing is, it's
only you.
It has not convinced me otherwise that this is a good Superman. That's all. In the next couple movies, but the thing is, Henry Cavill hasn't had a chance yet. He went from being his solo film to a film with another big actor and another big character to another movie where there's even more characters around that he didn't show up until 20 minutes.
Because he died in the previous film.
Yeah,
wasted.
Yes. For no reason. He didn't need to die. But fucking Zack Snyder wanted to stuff every single plot point, every single good Superman property in a couple of films.
Yeah. That's been their downfall from the beginning, and hopefully he's able to wrap it back and bring it back to some sort of like cohesive path with this new movie.
But this movie really does need to just be 4 hours, just so you can flush everyone out, because this is what it looks like it's doing. Wally's finally actually has some sort of backstory. So
Hopefully.
Batman's, you're finally gonna see the nightmare world of Batman. Fully, maybe, hopefully.
I do like the idea that he said online. Like, fans do need to see Jared Leto's Joker and Ben Affleck's Batman share a scene together.
Yeah.
I have agreed with that. I would have liked to have seen that in some capacity, maybe
prior.
in a modern day take and prior, but we are where we are.
We'll take what we take. The problem is that now we're at the point with DC. We'll take what we can get, and we'll just reassess afterwards.
Because I hate that. Yes, Jared Leto's Joker isn't really my top 4 Jokers, but he didn't have enough time to be anything really. He was put into a movie which he should have been the main character or the main antagonist of, but for some reason he got Enchantress, even though I really love Enchantress' design. But he should have been the main.
You mean her CG body? Or we're not gonna get into that.
Anyway, look. I just hopefully whatever DC decides to do, just double down on and just go for it.
Oh, they're gonna double down. 100%. They're gonna.
I hope if they can change. Hopefully, this movie and how much fan base is getting, they can change Warner Brothers' mind, because this is honestly they're stupid enough. I don't care how it turns out. They're stupid not to just let Zack continue. Why the fuck not? He's not doing anything else, and they need something when it comes to these films. They put too much money in. They're not just gonna stop. They want to try to do these other world stories where it's just like random ass stories, random ass characters. But how long can you do that?
I don't know. That's what Future State's doing right now.
I mean, that's
for later. What else you got for us, man?
All right, going on from this, this lightheartedness when it comes to this trailer, and we're gonna go into what's not so lightheartedness. Gina Carano. Yes.
You butchered it.
Wow. Can you just let me try?
No.
Gina Carano has been fired from Mandalorian because she can't shut the fuck up.
She got yeeted
and
from her post.
Yes. If you've been watching long enough, we've talked about her a few times, but she keeps coming into the news just saying shit, because why not?
I mean, we've on this podcast, we have addressed this in the past, like when the Fire Gina Carano hashtag came around the first time for her inability to adhere to putting her pronouns on her profile.
Stone her to death.
She made light of it, and
No.
And not only that, but she did have some pretty out there
she was saying she felt harassed about not showing some support for the trans community or whatever.
And let's be fair, she was harassed, but she was also kind of transphobic.
Yeah,
but
and then it went from the bebop boot stuff, sure, and then apparently behind the scenes, Pedro Pascal went behind the scenes and talked to her about it and told her why she may have gone a little bit overboard with just doing that, and she understood and she changed it. She was like, I get why. Oh, I didn't understand before. Pedro Pascal went behind. He talked to me and told me why this is important, why I shouldn't have done that. Understand? You do. She basically told him, you do whatever. If you want to do that, fine. I won't be involved. But recently, since August of the election, she has been one at the other putting out anti-mask shit, conspiracy theories, talking about voter fraud, talking about just would not stop. Oh, she made comments of Black Lives Matter movement, talking about they're stupid, whatever. It's just.
And then the creme de la creme.
Yeah, the
cherry on top.
The creme. I mean, I don't
Creme
have
de la creme.
the creme de la creme, the cherry on top. She basically compared to being a Republican. I say that loosely because they like to.
Yeah, they're not Republican.
Yeah, a Republican to being a Jew in the Holocaust,
Yeah,
or Nazi Germany, basically.
Yeah, we posted her original post that she has since taken down. We posted it on the Instagram page, but Thirsty Nerds on Instagram.
They should probably start screenshotting these things in case people take them down.
That's what they did. The internet kind of took the original post and put it up. But essentially, she had a picture of a Jewish woman being chased through the streets and people throwing rocks at her. And she basically, paraphrasing what she said is that, like, you know, before the Nazis were able to round up so many Jews, first they were hated. They were made to be hated by their neighbors and blah blah blah. And how is that any different from hating someone for their political views? Long story short, I mean, some people are gonna outright call it like Holocaust denialism, which I can see that point, but it's like she essentially compared being a conservative and online scrutiny from the left or whatever is tantamount to being persecuted and hunted as a Jew during the Holocaust.
Yeah, there is something to say about the political climate to where both sides seem to be actively doing persecutions on each other.
Yeah.
But that statement was a bit too far. The same, I don't know, they bring up the fact that Pedro Pascal
posted the picture of the Holocaust, a picture of the
children
people in the camps, and then he compared it to what's going on.
Children in the border.
Yeah.
As a migrant myself and as a native-born Mexican, yes, that touches home. At the same time, you're also comparing apples to oranges, and he was praised for it. So there is a bit of cynicism coming from both sides, mind you, of it. Neither side, I think one take is worse than the other, but neither take is correct.
There isn't like millions of people got gassed and killed. That hasn't happened to these children yet. Yes, however, they live in some pretty fucking horrible conditions.
They're not rounding up Republicans and killing them by the dozen.
That's true, but I will say this. There is, obviously, as long as the internet can acknowledge, which they can't, there is a huge difference from comparing what's going on at the border to how people were treated during the Holocaust and comparing being scrutinized to being chased and killed in this. Like there's no night of broken glass for the Republicans. Like that's crazy. That's a crazy take. But this is the world we live in. Like everybody uses the Holocaust as an example, like for something, but it's like, oh, it's offensive when you say that, or it's offensive when you say that. Like when both sides pick and choose when to be hyper offended about it. And if we're being honest, like I wouldn't, like there are people saying, fuck that Nazi bitch, she's, this, that. I wouldn't go so far as to call her a Nazi. I think that's a stupid take. I don't think she's a Nazi. Like,
social media takes things and runs with it because they're calling her a Nazi, they're calling her racist, they're calling her homophobic.
They're calling her everything but a child of God. And I think the memes are funny. I'm not gonna lie, I laugh at the memes. But
roasting is just hilarious.
But it's a little too much. It's a little too far. Obviously, she's not a fucking Nazi. She just has some dumb fucking views.
As we said before.
And at the end of the day, the situation with her getting herself fired, like people want to make this a free speech issue, and I can see where they want to do that, but it's really not. Like she signed a contract with a morality clause, and if you fuck with Disney's brand, if you besmirch their squeaky clean image, they're gonna fucking yeet you, and that's what happened.
She isn't the first. She will not be the last.
Absolutely.
Any job at all, especially with social media and everything. That's why you have to really be careful what you post, as depending on what job you have, because they be looking at your shit, especially on like Facebook and shit. You fucking out yourself on Facebook, they don't come for you, especially it's like on a public page that everyone can see.
And for the thousands and hundreds of thousands of people.
And from a conspiracy standpoint, I grew up fucking reading conspiracy theories. It was my bedtime stories. It's only funny when they're on your side. All right. It's only funny when they're on your side. If it was switched around and these companies were seeing the majority of power with the right side and they were leaning to right side ideals, there would be a whole different ball game that we'd be talking about right now. It's only funny until they're against you.
You already know who put the cape on and came and swooped in and gave her a job, right?
Yeah, it's your boy, Jamal. Your boy.
The one and only.
So everyone thinks that she got, she got fired, but everyone thinks she got canceled, that she's out on her ass. No, she still has her Twitter. She's still doing whatever her Twitter. And she has a great job opportunity with the Daily Wire and Ben Shapiro.
Oh yeah.
Your boy, they're gonna come in and help her make her, as she's quoted, she's happy that she's able to work with these two so she can finally make her dreams come true by making her own film herself.
Oh my
Produce
god.
and develop it herself.
Yeah, she's so canceled right now. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's like she doesn't have a voice whatsoever.
Yeah,
I
my
mean,
god, she's being silenced.
It's almost like people don't understand how capitalism works.
Exactly.
The things they champion for and wear capes for all the time.
Like,
I mean, this is what capitalism looks like. You break her contract elsewhere, somebody can come pick her up. It doesn't matter.
real quick, she's hot right now. Why not? Especially in the conservative market. Stop. Especially in the conservative market, where they have a lot of money, they'll throw money at you if you believe or at least say what they want to hear.
And not only that, but like, let's not ignore the fact that politically, this is a gift to the right. Gina's being canceled. Like, you got people making content for months just based off this. And this is something else I kind of wanted to bring up. Like, was it when she first showed up to the Mandalorian, they were like, "Oh my God, the Mandalorian is gone woke."
Oh shit! Hundreds of videos with the title "Woke Disney" added again. Mary Sue, Mary Sue. How dare he put another strong woman? God, this is so terrible. And now
the wolves being pulled over their eyes.
Now she's like the victim,
Messiah.
Yeah,
she's like, oh my God,
the second coming.
I'm going to not watch Mandalorian. Actually, I'm gonna boycott Disney.
I'm gonna cancel my Disney.
Bullshit.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Bullshit.
See, this is what everybody's allowed to be political, but when you bring that into a work setting, like there's got to be some kind of clause where it's like, yeah, we want people to be involved in politics. We want people to use their voice, but
critical thinking.
there has to be some sort of thing where I don't know. In order to save, she shouldn't have to quiet her I guess freedom of speech. Call it what you want to say. Her views with the fear of being fired. At the same time, there should be some kind of discussion of like, yo. The shit that Pedro Pascal pulled her to the side, approached her, and began to talk.
Well with a publicist.
The thing is, who knows?
True.
Okay, I'm also saying this is also true. Granted, no news about this out. I'm just speculating. That's
what we do, baby.
If Pedro Pascal pulled her to the side and talked to her, I cannot imagine no one from Disney. Came over like, hey, especially the fact that how much she's been on the news. No one's came up, hey, can you
actually
just like make a fake
John
account or
Favreau, I believe, actually did talk to her and defended her the first time they were trying to yeet her out of here. So this isn't the first time she's been approached by Disney to kind of like calm the fuck down. And I do agree with where you're coming from, like, but the problem is that, and the thing that people have to like realize is that like. We don't run Disney, and they do things a certain way.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure there are some people who wouldn't have fired her for saying the dumb shit that she says. And that's cool. That's cool too. Like, but at the same time, Disney, on the other hand, has an image thing that they want to keep. Yeah. So it was always going to go down this way Disney, if she like kind of continued.
Disney fires workers at Disney World for not smiling. So you telling me that you think this is a surprise?
I've heard Disney World stories about the workers being treated like garbage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise.
Mad garbage.
Yeah. And quick thought before we wrap this up. I do think some of the dumb shit that she said has been greatly blown up by the fact that you do have people in her mentions every single fucking post, regardless of what it is, constantly berating, constantly. You're never going to change anybody's mind
No, absolutely
by
not.
constantly attacking them. If anything, you're pushing people more to the fringe.
And you're making them look like a martyr. You're making them look like a
You're
victim.
giving them firepower.
You want her to be. Let her be. Oh,
You're giving.
stop.
How dare you? How dare you?
Let her be stupid all by herself, okay? Because it's just gonna show what kind of person she is, and she can get herself fired. But if you keep doing this, but then again, you tell the internet not to do something.
You want to cancel somebody? Ignore them.
Yeah.
But again, we're in an age where that is starting to be faded out, and it's
Or not faded out, or just non-effective.
And also, it's kind
Whatever.
of weird that they want to cancel culture by canceling Disney. Like, you know what I mean? Like, to cancel culture, you have to cancel culture. Like, it's a really weird way that we do these things.
They don't understand that a negative plus negative equals a negative.
And well, you know, it's the internet. So yeah, you know, another day, woo. You know the fucking vibes. We do this all the time.
I do want to add just one little thing because we mentioned Pedro Pascal and everything. Just one little bit. Then we can go back. We can go to gaming news. That he's been cast as Joel in the Last of Us short series on HBO.
Who's that with?
Oh, and it's fucking Bella Ramsey, or the little girl from Game of Thrones. If you remember the girl who got killed by the giants.
Hey, she's fantastic. One of the highlights of the second season of his Dark Materials was her. I will say that second season of Dark Materials was
the whole show.
all right, yes, but Mrs. Coulter is a shining beacon, and the girl that played Ileana Mormont, she was great.
Yeah,
I don't remember her name.
No, it's okay.
Ramsey?
Bella Ramsey.
Bella Ramsey.
Not Ramsey, but she's Ramsey.
Whatever.
But yeah, I saw that. Before they had
approached him.
And he said no.
Okay.
They approached him and he's like, I'm above this.
I think he's just way too busy, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, he's filming
shit
Blade right
coming
now,
out
isn't he? Like,
left and right.
he's doing
Which,
Blade right
by the
now.
way, how the fuck is Pedro Pascal not busy enough? That man is just doing everything that's coming to him. He's just cashing in
the
checks, baby.
Because all
because his wishes have been granted.
I'm just surprised. I kind of thought like if some people were advocating for Jamie.
Oh yeah, Jamie Lannister.
I'm like,
woo!
Jamie would have been good.
I mean, like aesthetically, yeah.
Acting wise as well.
He's a good actor.
Fire.
Okay, I won't disagree. See, I'm knowing my place.
Slowly zooms in. I won't disagree.
I won't disagree. Absolutely correct. I am staying on brand. He is a good actor, and I agree.
He's actually sweating too.
I agree.
You'll be good before you get canceled off the 30 nerds.
I won't get canceled because I'm agreeing with you.
Good.
Take this, yeah.
All right.